This channel is proudly sponsored by the Kaiju Kickstarter, a tabletop RPG where you play as a kaiju, defending its territory from other giant monsters. Please check out the links in the description and in the pinned comment. Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring the Elfking Revised Edition role-playing game. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review featuring this tabletop RPG, where you experience the glory and melancholy of immortal elves, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about character creation, starting with the virtues. Each character description begins by generating 6 primal numerical values, known as virtues or characteristics, each with a potential spread for beginning characters of between 1 and 10. The higher the value, the greater is that character's chances of succeeding within the purview of that statistic. The 6 virtues are for the most part pretty self-explanatory. You have might, finesse, reason, will, which is a character's force of mind and willpower. You have essence, which is a character's life force and magical presence, and elan, a character's charisma and personal magnetism. These values are of primary importance to each character, as each will have a bearing upon a number of derived values and are used throughout the game. High values will generally be beneficial to a character's overall abilities, directly impacting upon derived values, and low scores will have the opposite effects. You can generate these scores either by rolling 9 dice, discarding the lowest 3 results and assigning each result to a virtue of the player's choice, or rolling 12 dice, discarding the lowest 6 results and assigning each result to a virtue of the player's choice. When it comes to the second method of rolling 12 dice, this method usually produces more powerful characters, so it is better for smaller groups in my opinion, so that they have a better chance at succeeding in their quests. A score of 10 is the usual maximum for beginning characters for each virtue. However, it is possible and likely for a character who survives any length of time to increase these values. And depending on the attacks and effects, spells and whatnot that your character suffers during his or her journey, you may end up suffering a decrease to these virtues. You also establish a name and a status for your character. Perhaps your character is called Dunitel, the elite companion of Thane Fen, and the Circle of 5 Falls. Now when it comes to glare, this is a measure of fame and magnetism to your character. This goes beyond the normal attributes or virtues. This is a measure of fame that may or may not have sense with your character's true potential or capabilities. This is just about your fame. All characters begin with a glare value equal to their elan. Alternatively, game masters may prefer to rule that all characters might begin with 10 glare instead, or even a character's elan rating plus 10. As a general rule of thumb, you have a list describing roughly what glare levels may mean in game terms. For example, if you have between 1 to 1000 points, you are a common fey companion. But what if you have 10,000 points of glare? Then you are considered a superhero. What about 50,000 points? Then you are considered a demigod. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part we are going to talk about lifeblood or hit points, magical defense and physical defense. When it comes to these attributes or virtues, they are quite easy to understand, as you can see. They represent what your character is good at. When it comes to glare, this is a bit more complex, because this is a measure of your fame. This doesn't mean that you are capable of doing what your fame speaks about you, but because you usually accumulate these points of glare by accomplishing incredible feats of valor, trickery, bravery, and power, it could give others a pretty good idea or estimation of what you are capable of. Thank you for watching this part of the review. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. This has been Abraham El Jaguar, a professional game master. If you want me to run a game for you, please check out the pinned comment below. And remember, roleplay solves everything. Once again, thank you and see you later.